Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to ozcastnetwork.com for details.
It's Johnny and Davo here on Fresh 92.7 for your Friday morning.
As part of our Fresh Jobs initiative, we're bringing in industry experts every week to talk about their journeys toward employment. Thanks to Defence SA, this week we're chatting with Andrew Spall, the Operations Manager from AXIOM Precision Manufacturing. Welcome, Andrew.
How are you, mate? You all right?
Good, thanks, guys.
Yeah, that's
Thanks for
good.
having me.
And thanks for coming in, mate. So, Andrew, can you tell us a bit about the journey you took to get to your current position?
So I dropped out of year 12 in the first term, sort of didn't know really where I was going. My mum took me down to TAFE and said, what do you want to do? I liked welding when I was in school, so I said I wanted to do welding. So signed up for a Cert 1 in mechanical engineering and then finished that 6 months later and moved into an apprenticeship here in Adelaide for a company that mainly did medical components. Worked there for 10 years. And then decided to make the jump into something slightly bigger. Axiom was a bit bigger company, so I moved to them, took a lesser role, bit of a pay cut for the potential of career growth. I've now been there for 5 years, so I started on the shop floor and worked my way up to operations manager.
Beautiful.
Awesome.
That's awesome, man. Really good.
What are some of the cool things you've learnt about working in the defence industry?
So I think a lot of, when you think of defence, you think of tanks, you think of guns, you think of things like that.
Yeah,
but
jet planes and stuff and everything.
A lot of what we actually get to do saves people's lives, and it's things like IED scramblers that stop roadside bombs getting set off, and a lot of things like that which you don't really think of up front.
No, absolutely.
course.
Yeah, 100%. What are the what opportunities are there in the defence industry in South Australia, Andrew?
Opportunities in South
It's a
Australia.
loaded question, isn't it?
It's endless. Like the amount of work going through the defence industry in SA is insane. Like we can't keep up. We struggle to get employees. Everyone you talk to is struggling to get the right people. So, if you've got skills, pretty much
You're in. You got a job waiting for you.
Yeah.
And the defence industry, they do heaps of different industries. Like, it's not just defence, isn't it? It's like you could be, I was going to say an accountant. That's really not probably where we're going with this. But what other things do they do? They've got heaps of different job descriptions.
At Axiom, we've got engineers, we've got guys that have studied, sports health that, maybe don't have the background in defence, but they know how to be organised, and that's the main thing in defence, is someone that, has good attention to detail. We've got apprentices, we've got ex-automotive workers, we've got, HR people. There's pretty much every role that is in any company ever, we need in the defence industry.
Amazing.
So that's the great thing as well, isn't it? Because you can take these skills that you may have learned in other industries and apply them to stuff in the Defence Force, which I think a lot of people aren't really aware of, are they?
No, not at all. And I did a video for Defence SA late last year, and that was sort of the thing we were discussing then, is the fact that, every single skill you have is transferable to the defence industry. There's so many different, areas of it. Automotive, obviously, in SA died off a couple of years ago and isn't going anymore, but we're making vehicles for the military, so that same skill set can be applied there.
That's
Absolutely,
so cool.
yeah.
How has an apprenticeship in mechanical engineering helped you in your career?
So for me, I think having done an apprenticeship gives me a little bit of a differentiator between other people. Most people in my sort of position in these sort of companies have done engineering or gone through university, something like that, whereas I've come off the tools, so I have just sort of a different view on how things work, and I can apply that to different areas, like knowing how things are made. I can give my input to other people.
Yeah, nice. So for anyone who's sort of struggling to figure out what their next career move is, how would you sort of sell the Defence Force to them and your industry that you're in?
Oh, it's growing. Like it's anyone that starts a job now in the defence industry, in 10 years' time, you'll be, 3 or 4 steps ahead of where you were, just because of the push that there's going to be over the next 5 years.
Yeah, that's bloody awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you convinced me, Andrew. That's fantastic.
Do you know, actually, another place you can go if you're not sure about your next career move, freshjobs.com.au.
There it is. There it is. And make sure you check out Job Trainer, which will help you unlock exciting opportunities with low-fee short courses in an extensive range of industries. Visit skills.sa.gov.au/Job Trainer for more information. And for the full interview here this morning, go to freshjobs.com.au. And as Davo said, for all of the other opportunities there. Andrew, thank you so much for joining us this morning, mate.
No problem.
Love this podcast? Support it and sponsor today. Simply head to AuscastNetwork.com for details.